My name is Kobe Lemon. This is my Dice Roller app. You can set different types of dice and roll them to get a total. And this is built through the Flutter Dart framework. And this is emulating a Pixel 9 Pro XL. So I'll do a brief code walkthrough. So right here is all my imports, and the main right here. And these two force it to stay in portrait mode. So if you ever have to flip it and it stays looking okay, which I will demonstrate. See here, stay, always look good, no matter how you flip it. Doesn't have weird issues. And then going down, this just runs the app itself. And then this class actually creates the app with all of the change notifier and all the information it needs to be stateful later on. And the color that it uses and the home page. And then this class is a global one that's used to create the actual dice item itself, which is all the data related to this. And this is the actual app's state itself with everything that it needs. And this is the list of all these different dice here. And default is empty. Later on you can add your own dice. For testing, not one of each, but actually 3 of each. So I have like 3 D2, which is like a coin, D3, D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, D20, and D100. And as you can see, these are all disorganized, so they're all repeat 3 there. These are all organized, which you'll see. And this is the actual roll dice function itself that rolls the dice as long as it's not empty. If it is empty, the roll dice does nothing. And for every one of them, it finds a random number, attaches that to the dice with a modifier. Default is 0. And then it increases that to this total sum here. And it makes a roll summary of what was rolled. And then here, it adds it to the overall history and notifies the listeners to rebuild the UI. And this will be used later on to actually add dice to the overall list. And this creates the home page itself with the navigation here. This is an overall main layout of the page and the bottom navigation bar, which is down here. And this is the actual bottom navigation bar itself. We said these 2 pages will be added later on to add the dice, add modifiers. Currently it's just the home to roll dice and to have the roll history. And this is the actual roll dice page itself, this page, all here. And is a stateful widget, which means it can be changed. Here it builds it, and this ternary operator, if it's empty, which I'll show you, it will have no data. So I'll just comment all this out. And then I actually need to start the app. It looks like it started here, but that's just a sort of basic thing. And it takes a minute to load up, so I'll describe it later. So if there's no dice at all, then it shows no dice selected, which will pull up and prompts you to add the dice down at the bottom, as you can see here. And if there's at least 1 dice, it displays all dice that are available. And then it displays the total here as well. And this shows the actual dice item itself, which is the actual visual representation of the dice. Here, say I'll just add, a single d6. And it's responsive to where once this app restarts, it will show it in the center, as you can see here. And let's add a few more. Let's just uncomment these. See, these will all be disorganized initially. So I pull down here. This displays the actual dice item itself, and which is the overall of the current face. This is the max that it has, and then the actual type shows here is D2. And this is all the description and code about it. And this class widget is actually the overall list of it. So all of these, the way that this is all organized and laid out, is determined here through this display, which sets it into a row wrap. And once it comes here, then it can't fit, so it wraps the next line, etc. And it centers them all horizontally and vertically with the sort of grid. And then this roll dice button is the actual button here. Where you click it, it will run that roll dice function we had earlier. And then I'll show you how that works. So you tap it here, and it rolls every single dice all at once, adds it up to the total here. And you just keep clicking that, and it rolls all of them. And if you want to do it later on, as I go deeper into this app, you'll be able to remove individual dice in order to clear them all. And then here in the roll history page, comes to the other here, shows this is all the rolls that we've done so far, including the face of every single dice and what each of them are rolled. And if there's no rolls at all, I'll just restart the app and you'll see. That's the end of the code here. So as you see, the roll history, no rolls at all. Come here, roll the dice, saves it and creates it. Back to roll history, there it created it. And that's my app.